Welcome to Broadway Girl Bosses podcast. I'm Abby and I'm the host and creator of the podcast. And today I'm joined by the incredible Hannah Bonnett.
Hi.
All right. So I found you from Leah's TikTok, the 135 Dressing Rooms, best content of my life. But for those who do not know you, can you introduce yourself?
Sure thing. My name is Hannah Bonnett. I'm a small town Jersey person, and I recently got off of the Legally Blonde National Tour, where I got to play Elle Woods for about 8 months with the amazing Leah Savola, as you said, who is our TikTok queen. So that's a little bit about me.
Love that. So like you said, Legally Blonde, was that like one of the biggest things for your career?
Yes, if not the biggest.
I mean, yeah, so far,
the most amazing thing to ever happened to me. Yes.
So, what was your audition story like for Legally Blonde?
It was crazy bananas. I auditioned for the show for about 6 months for 6 different tracks. So I did tapes for everyone from Vivian to Brooke to Margot, Serena, Ensemble. Oh, and Elle, I sent in my Elle tape in June. I remember being like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't embarrass myself. That was so bad. And then I got an email from my agent. I can never remember it, either at the end of July or early August. And they wanted me to come in for a callback. So I came in the third week of August. And I did about 2 or 3 days. It's so long ago, like it's been a year. So I'm having to pick this information out of my brain. It's not as quickly accessible. So yeah, and then I went in person for a couple days, and then I waited for 3 days in absolute torture, and then they finally called me and told me that I was going to play Elle Woods. And so yeah.
Love that. Yeah, that's the hardest part of doing theater, the waiting for it to pass. Hardest part ever.
I feel like it never gets easier.
Yeah. And then I feel like for you guys, not being able to tell anyone until later, I feel like that'd be hard.
Yes, it's funny. I'm like seeing like some memories are popping up on my phone of like, me telling people, but I couldn't actually tell the world yet. And, the day it was announced, things like that are really awesome and special.
If I get into the business, that's going to be the hardest part for me. I'm going to be like, I want to tell everyone.
Well, you'll have many supporters, me included. Yeah. So we look forward to hearing about all your good news.
Yeah. Thank you. So from following along on TikTok, because I've followed basically everyone from that tour on TikTok and Instagram forever. I know tour life with the bus and having one-nighters could be very chaotic.
Yes.
What was a day in the life like on your bus, on your days? My brain.
On my crazy days. So a typical day, we could explain a one-nighter day. Those are the most fun. Is you'll wake up, most likely you'll have done a show the night before. So you'll wake up around 7:38. If you're like me, you'll panic pack your suitcase and then head down to the bus. Sometimes still in your pajamas, it's just what it is. And then we'll get on the bus. They'll do roll call usually. Some people have breakfast. I usually just went right back to sleep on the bus. You learn to make the seats like your second bed. So I had my little eye mask and I'd sleep with my blanket and my headphones. And then you'd sleep, you stop, usually go to the bathroom, we'd have a lunch break, and then you'd head to either the hotel, or if it's a one-nighter tight schedule, you'd head right to the theater. We'd get there, we would do a venue tour, and then if we didn't have time to go to the hotel, I would do my warm-up at the theater. I do a vocal warm-up and a physical warm-up, and just to see where my voice, my mind, my body's at that day. Then we would go to sound check, then we would do lift call. Then we would go through anything that we needed to talk about as a company, or maybe run a number if we needed to run one, or run a song. And then we would go and get ready for the show. And then that's when, get your costumes ready, talk to your dressers, get your wig on, your makeup, make TikToks with your friends, eat your dinner as quickly as you can. And then you do the show. And then you would pack up all your stuff, and then you go back to the hotel, and you'd go right to sleep because you'd have to wake up the next morning at 7 a.m. and most of you travel to a new city. So yeah,
do it all over again.
That's a day.
Grind never stops.
That's a day in the life, baby, right there.
Grind never stops. So I wanted to ask you, what was an experience that you think would have never happened without Legally Blonde?
I think getting to perform, well, first off, meeting some of the people that I've gotten to meet has been incredible. We got to meet Heather Hatch, who wrote the show. She came to see the show. She was extremely kind, and obviously that was such a nerve-wracking experience, but she was a beautiful human being. So she came, and then meeting the people in my company who I'm still friends with to this day is obviously a huge blessing. But without Legally Blonde, like I never would have been able to perform at somewhere like the Fox Theater Detroit, which is a 5,000, 6,000 seat theater, which is just insanity to really think about. And then you get to look on the walls and you see people like Frank Sinatra sign the wall, or I'm forgetting who else, like Dolly Parton, Stevie Wonder. I think, like, you know, just so many celebrities have walked through buildings like that. And as somebody who grew up and all that they wanted to do was perform, to stand on stage and, you know, sing for 2.5 hours straight in front of 5,000-6,000 people is never something I thought would happen to me. That's like a true dream come true. So yeah, there's so many things that without Legally Blonde, I'd never be able to experience. But those are pretty, like, when I think back to that sort of magnitude of that many people in one space, it's pretty amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I would just be there if I was ever playing Elle. I'd be like, I'm performing so much better on the same stage as like Dolly Parton.
Oh,
and
it's
I love
mind-boggling.
Dolly Parton.
Oh, it's mind-boggling. Or you're like, oh my gosh, Jessica Voss performed on this stage when she was on tour, and she's one of my idols. And I'm like, and now I'm casually here performing. Like, it's bonkers, really. It's really, really maddening.
It would be a really cool experience for me.
It's awesome. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Thanks. So I was scrolling through your TikTok earlier. Shall I say your TikToks are very entertaining?
LOL. All thanks to Jessie Lynn and Leah Savola for their creativity. I was not a part of it, but yes.
I like them. So, and I remember seeing a TikTok where you're asking the cast what their favorite onstage mishap was.
Yeah.
Just all those are really funny.
Oh, yes.
What is your favorite Elle Woods onstage mishap?
Oh, there's so many, because I'm just such a beautifully wonderful, imperfect human. But I'd say a good all-time favorite laugh is when we were in Daytona, Florida, and my entire family from down in Florida came to see the show. So my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. And so I wanted it to go perfectly, right?
Yeah.
I think that show alone, like my shoe fell off, like so much, and that's just what happens, right? Of course, when you want to be perfect. But I was doing Chip on Your Shoulder, and I used to get a shampoo bottle from the Emmett. And then Warner comes into the room, and I throw myself on the table to flirt with Warner, and I have a shampoo bottle in my hand, which only one other time before had gone flying out of my acrylic nails. But this time I didn't know, nobody knew, that there was actual shampoo still in the bottle. It hadn't been removed. And so when I flung myself onto the table, I smashed my body down on the shampoo, and it went all over me and splattered all over Warner. It was also his birthday. So he looked like splatter paint all over him, splatter paint all over me. Funny enough, I'm wearing the jeans that I used to wear on stage. So splatter paint all over these jeans, splatter all over the floor. And then I had to go and do a scene about, I won't say, I had to do a dirty scene. So I didn't look too great with everything kind of on my clothes, if you catch my drift. So yeah.
Poor James.
Poor James.
Poor you.
But James is, it took everything in me not to laugh. And poor James, when him and I get together, we just lost our minds. He makes me laugh so hard.
Professional.
Yes, him and Leah were always a good time. So yeah.
Love that. Yeah. I've just so many. I don't know why. I'm trying to recall the ones because I just rewatched that TikTok this morning for some reason. I don't know, Jessie Lynn's where you were like running around backstage.
Oh my gosh, when I didn't have a shirt on. Yes. Yeah. When I didn't have a shirt on, and she saved the day. She literally saved the day because I had no shirt.
All superheroes don't wear capes.
Yes, and Jessie Lynn is an absolute superhero inside and out.
Period. So now you said, when did Legally Blonde close? Like May of this year?
Oh my gosh, yes, May. It
think
feels like a lifetime ago, really.
Yeah, I think it closed around my birthday,
Oh,
maybe.
happy birthday. Yes.
Thank you. And from your Instagram, you just did another reading of a new musical. Am I correct?
I did. Yes, I just did a new reading produced, funny enough, by our girl, Laura Bell Bundy. I did a new show called Love is Afoot. So I did the workshop of that. And now I'm in a different workshop and we'll open the end of this month. So yeah.
So that was kind of my next question. What is next for you?
Yeah, so I'm doing a show called The Pitcher Project right now in New York City, which is based off of the town of Pitcher, Oklahoma, and the water crisis. It's known as the most toxic town in America. So we hope that who's ever listening, if you're in the New York City area, come out and visit us. We'll be performing down at Dixon Place until October. So yeah.
That's really cool. If I lived in New York, I would run to go get tickets.
Next time.
I live like 4 hours away.
Ooh.
And we are on to our final question. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
What are your social medias?
My social medias. Oh my gosh, I have to look. I think you asked me this like before, and I
did.
I also had to look, didn't I? Because
I think, yeah.
It's always hot mess. Let's see. Oh, okay. My Instagram is Hannah_Bonnett17. My TikTok is ? Hannah Bonnett. Oh, I didn't know it was just my name. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's Hannah Bonnett. Great.
That's really cool.
Convenient. That was very
easy enough.
Easy, convenient. Hannah Bonnett and Hannah Bonnett. So yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much, Hannah. This has been a long time coming.
Yes, Abby, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much.
It's your fault. But the first time was definitely my fault. I was a noob and didn't do a test run beforehand.
It's all good. It's all good. We finally got to get together now.
We did it.
And yeah, it's awesome. We did it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for like putting up with me asking you all those questions.
Oh my God. Don't say putting up. No. Thank you for putting up with me. You're the one who had to freaking hound me down. You know what I mean? No, you asked brilliant questions and awesome questions at that. And I just think you're a gem. So stay in touch and thank you so much for everything.
I will definitely. All right.
Happy first day of school.
Thanks. So make sure you guys tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.